Good morning, people of the United States and the earth. My name is Roy Hanford. Holy waters, you say your name. You say you had went to the cross, ask Jesus for forgiveness of your sins. Then how come you don't help the least in the hometowns and the home cities? You say you love Jesus, and yet you pass a judgment on the homeless and the poor because they pass every judgment all the time. You drive the church buses, and yet you won't pick up a hitchhiker and see that they want to go to the church. You say you love Jesus, and yet you won't take the poor and the homeless to your homes and give them a shower and a place to stay and food for the night. You say you love Jesus, and yet you say that the homeless and the poor in the hometowns is dangerous, they might kill you. And yet when you go to another country, you're willing to do that and willing to die or go to jail and get prosecuted. What type of message are you sending to the young school? You say you love Jesus, and yet you won't stop and give them a provide. Your church buses and your church bands has room, and you won't provide the needs like to give them a shower at the truck stop, give them food. You see the homeless or the hitchhiker or the poor person on the street sleeping down on the ground with nothing, and you won't give them a sleeping bag or a bedroll. You see another one is hungry, willing to work, and yet you won't give them the job. You see children with parents on the streets, and they got the mother and the father, the alcoholic and drugs. Do you know that these is a hard times? People is landing on the streets because they cannot get a job. The government is subtracting money. They cannot make payments for their rent or the mortgage, so they lose the house and they land on the streets. They live in the tents, cardboard, inside the building, and you won't give them aid like give them food or clothes, or won't even talk to them. You see what will Jesus do? Jesus will talk to the poor, and Jesus will talk to the rich. He would talk to the people inside the church, and he would talk to the people outside the church. Did not Paul himself say that Jesus walked in the first steps of God? We're supposed to walk in the first steps of Jesus. That Jesus taught us how to love, how to forgive, how not to deny nobody, how to put God, Holy Ghost, angels, and other people first, and money is not an object. Before Jesus talked about the Word of God, He provided the person's needs, whatever the need may be. And yet you guys don't do it. You only want to provide the person's need if that poor person has the money. And you will give them a house and clothes, hotels, knowing that they will pay you back. What type of message are we sending to the young school then? You say you're not after the money, holy warriors, but yet you ask government to give you the money so you can help the poor. And when you help the poor, according to 1993, black man's government named President Bill Clinton, if you want the government money, you cannot, I repeat, cannot talk about God. If we talk about the God, then you won't have the government money. What type of message are we sending to the young school then? If I see somebody losing me when I was hitchhiking or have no home, I give them my water. If I have money in my pocket and my stomach is full and I have the things I need, I would give them my money. I would give them my sleeping bag. I would give them my bedroll. I would give them my clothes. Because that's what God done to us through Jesus Christ. We all believe in God. We all believe in the higher power. But if we don't, then what happened to common sense? You help your family, you help your friends, but as soon as you need the help, where are they now? Nowhere is to be seen. If they do, then they once in the blue moon is willing to help you out in the name of God. Then that's the message that we should send to the young school. As if we send in the message that how to do evil and how to turn back away from God, how to make jokes about heaven and hell, how to make jokes about God, Jesus, Holy Ghost, angels, Satan, Lucifer. You make jokes of the poor, get a job, and yet you won't give them a job. You cut down the ladies, beating them down, control their lives. You overlook and you join them, pushing them on the streets, tell them in hate. There it is, the streets. Go get it yourself. And like a rush hour to going to the clubs, overlooking your children every time. That's young school. What type of message are we sending? We should send to the young school the message like this. Don't give up. Don't matter how many times the hard times you have. Jesus says, I never leave thee. God's name is good. God, Jehovah provider. That means He will provide. Satan wants to takes, but don't really. God, Jehovah is a provider. He always will provide. Jesus told us we will have hard times. We will get sick. We will get persecuted. We will do it. But don't worry, I never leave thee. Jesus taught us about things of heaven and as well things of here. God's law is written on our hearts. If we never read the Bible, God's law is automatically on our hearts. We know the difference between right and wrong. The young school is listening to us. The young school can hear us. The young school is looking up to us. What type of message are we sending to the young school?